The purpose of the farm is to provide good food for our campus and community. I'm Daniel Parson. I'm the farmer educator here at the Oxford College Farm. So we are certified organic. The way we prepare the soil, use crop rotations, use cover crops, fertilize. As an organic farm, soil health is really important. We know that the crops need certain nutrients to grow well, to produce well. That's the heart of our fertility program, is providing those nutrients that the crop needs. Getting the pH of your soil right is foundational to soil fertility because pH level dictates the availability of other nutrients for the plant. When we think about providing the nutrients our plants need, we want to test our soil to see what's there.
My name is Jay Lessel. I am the director here at the University of Georgia Ag and Environmental Services Laboratories. We do about 80,000 routine soil samples every year to the farmers and growers and homeowners of Georgia. Step one is organize the samples into sets. A set for us is 36 samples, and we match up each set with the paperwork that comes in. Those sets, we cut the tops off the sets. We dry those samples overnight at 110 degrees. The following day, we pull those sets out of the dryer and we grind each bag individually. We then put that ground soil through a 2mm screen, and once everything is pushed through the screen, those samples are returned to their original bags. And we use a Malic 1 extraction solution with that sample. So we take that solution, which is 20 mils to 5 grams of soil, and we shake them for exactly 5 minutes. We then pour those solutions through filter papers, collecting the solution. The solutions are then measured on our ICP instruments, inductively coupled plasma spectrometers, where we measure the total quantity of calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, zinc, and manganese in the solutions. All of that data is then uploaded into our database where we generate the reports.
This is our typical University of Georgia Extension soil test report. Different crops have different needs, so your recommendation will be based on the crop that you intend to grow. What we're looking at here on the results are different levels of nutrients found in the soil. We've got low, medium, high, and very high. And if you're in the low range, you definitely need to add the nutrient. You're going to see a crop response. If you're in the medium range, you're probably going to see a crop response by adding the nutrient. And if it's high in the soil, you probably will not see a crop response by adding it. Down here is where you have your recommendations, and these are the amounts that they recommend applying to this soil to grow our steak tomato. So once we know what the crop needs are, we need to figure out how much to apply per acre. I start with the phosphorus because it's supplied by bone meal, which also has nitrogen. We've got 20 pounds of phosphorus needed per acre. We multiply that by a term equal to 1, which is 1 pound of bone meal contains 0.14 pounds of phosphorus. And that, when you do the math, it equals 143 pounds of bone meal per acre. So that's going to apply the phosphorus we need. Next step is how much feather meal is required for nitrogen. And we do it the same way we did the phosphorus, and we get 938 pounds of feather meal per acre. Then we do the same thing for potassium. We have 1/2 pound of potassium for every pound of potassium sulfate. And when we do the math there, we get 300 pounds of potassium sulfate. We need to calculate how much to apply per bed. Our beds are about 1/100th of an acre. And we can take that quantity of 140 pounds of bone meal and apply 1.4 pounds to that bed. Once we have our calculation for how much to apply of each material, we need to get it out to the field. We're going to take a scale and a bucket and measure the material into that bucket. We'll have an amount for each ingredient. and we'll measure that into a mixing trough, and we use a hoe to mix those materials together. We pour that into the 5-gallon bucket, and that's what we carry into the field. And just with a scoop, we spread it pretty evenly. And when we get to that, we grab another bucket and go on. We start with fertility in the winter when we take our soil tests. The next step is knowing what crop we're going to grow there and getting a soil test that is particular to that crop. And once we've got the fertility placed in the field, we're going to till it in, make beds, and move forward with our planting.